Again, I suppose if you like these, please subscribe, like them, share them. It's a message. It'll cost you nothing, honest. Today, a quick chat about what happens when you have read all the books, you've done all the webinars, all the seminars, you've done the retreats, you've tried to live the life as you're supposed to live it, in the now, forming all this good energy, and it lasts for a while, and you find yourself back at square one because for some reason it doesn't stick and life doesn't seem to have gotten any better. You had a momentary upswing and then nothing. What happens then? Well, if you think that the thing you're trying to fix, we'll use fix, it's not a great word, but we'll say fix, change, fix. The thing you're trying to fix is you. And the thing you're trying to use to fix you is you. So the thing that's need of change or need of being fixed has to be fixed by the thing in need of being fixed. And this is where the difficulty comes in for an awful lot of people. This is why they read the books. This is why they do the seminars. This is why we do the retreats and we practice the mindfulness and all the rest of it. And yet, nothing seems to work or change or stick or last. If this is you, there's a couple of reasons for that. The first is that you're trying to do the job with one hand tied behind your back or two hands tied behind your back, because it's difficult to change without having an external validation or criteria for your change. Some external ruler that says, yes, you've reached this level, now you're going to reach this level, or whatever. It's difficult to keep that going. To get any new habit going, it takes 3 weeks to form the habit. And then, neurologically, the habit is in. That doesn't mean that it's going to last. Having it last is A, a matter of choice, but B, how much the way you're living or the choice you've made resonates with your soul. If you've made a choice that goes against your nature, no matter how well intended, it's probably going to fail. You can talk about changing your nature, but if you, like me, are an adult, you're talking about changing the nature of who you are for the past 4 decades. And that's very ingrained. It's very difficult to change in the long term. You can make tweaks here and there, but without some large life event, it's difficult to make the change. It's difficult to create an impetus that will last so that something changes your whole life. And you tend to find that anybody who has made a long-lasting life change has done it because of a particular event. Breakup of a relationship. Maybe they found themselves very depressed. Maybe they attempted suicide. Whatever. Car crash. Loss of a loved one. Anything. What you're looking for is an impetus that will keep you going. And that's where most of us make the mistake. We look to gurus and teachers and self-help books and mindfulness experts to tell us how to do this, to tell us how to live. That's not going to work, is it? How can I tell you how to live? The best I can offer you is I can tell you what things worked for me, what I've seen work for other people, and tell you how those things can be done and the mindset of the people who did them, based on conversations, based on evidence, based on other people's writings. But at the end of the day, the only person who can make any of this work is you. And again, I'm going to come back to acceptance. You've got to accept that change needs to occur. You've got to have gotten to the realization in your life that I need to change something because life's not working properly. So what is it I need to change? It's not going to be the logical, tangible events or focuses in my life, because they're just a reflection of how you're living your life. So it is going to be how you feel, how you think, and how you see life, how clearly you see it, and what kind of attitude you present when you see it. There's no point in saying, oh, why me? Well, why not you? What makes you special? There's every point in saying, this is happening to me again. So clearly, something needs to change. The universe is telling me that as long as I go along in this particular set of values, thoughts, feelings, as long as I do that, I'm going to get the same result. Change nothing, nothing changes. So what do we need to change? We need to change our ability to accept ourselves honestly. We need to change in a way that says, now I start to see myself honestly, and I answer questions about myself honestly. And the questions that I wound up asking in my particular set of circumstances were, is my life fit for purpose? Is this the best I can do with the life that I have and the opportunities I have, the skills I have, the talents I have, the limitations I have? Is this the best I can do? The answer, I'm afraid, was no, it's not. So then I set about making a list of things I would like to see done differently. Advice from other people came in massively during that. In a lot of ways, things that people didn't like about me were mostly things I didn't like about myself, but never admitted to. So I had to put my hand up and honestly answer where my limitations were, where I needed to do work, where I needed to learn. And then I had to examine my motivation for wanting to do that. And my motivation wasn't to make money. It wasn't to win friends and influence people. It was to find peace inside this body, this mind, these feelings, for my soul, which is the bit that knits it all together, the awareness that Eckhart Tolle talks about. For that soul to be content and peaceful. And that's why I've made the changes I've made. And that's why I live the way I live. And that's why I see the way I see. And that's why I'm doing all of these and all of this. It's because part of it is necessary for my own development. Part of it is necessary to tell others I'm not who I used to be. Part of it is to help others who may find themselves in the same boat by letting them know you're not alone. a lot of us think the same things, a lot of us feel the same way. So that's why I do what I do. And that's why it's necessary to have the right motivation. The only motivation that is ever going to work to make long-term change, to fulfilling the potential of your life, as it were, is the peace it will afford you. Not what you'll gain from it, but what you'll lose from it. I go to sleep, I sleep soundly. I get up, I'm able to walk down the street, I'm able to look at people in the eye. I'm able to say, I'm happy, I'm at peace. And an awful lot of that had to do with making admissions to myself, to others, about how my life wasn't great, how I was struggling, both emotionally, mentally, how I'd been juggling too many balls for too long, trying to hide this, that and the other. Anyway, that's my story. It doesn't really matter. What matters is, in finding peace, I've found a way to make the changes stick. So I stopped reading self-help books. I stopped listening to gurus, teachers, not in an egotistical way, but in a way that said, I need to learn for myself. You've all shown me what there is to learn. Now I must take the lessons that you've taught and apply them to my life, my way, to create a philosophy that belongs to me. This is the art of acceptance. Acceptance then let me see that if more people practiced acceptance, they'd spend more time in the present. They'd see life with calmness, with positivity. They would meet life's challenges in a different way, with a different mindset. It's not about teaching you a path. It's about teaching you how to walk. Where you walk and the steps you take, entirely up to you. I can't walk that path for you or with you. I can simply tell you, if you step there, it's really going to hurt. But you might need to step there anyway, because some steps you just have to take and they hurt. There you go. Walk your path. Find a reason in yourself, not in a self-help book, that makes you want to make the change that you already feel needs making. Because if you're listening to this, you do already feel that something needs to change. That some part of you isn't 100% happy or contented. And if that's the way it is, then make the change. Don't make it for anyone else. Make it for yourself. Make it for your own self-awareness. Make it for your own soul. When you make it, yes, take instruction. It'll help. And then once you've taken instruction, mostly throw it all away and find out how that instruction works for you in your life to make your path the Taoist, Tao path, way of being. It's yours. Walk it. Have a good one.